Hi, it's Gail The Note Gal with this Sunday's Noteworthy Nugget. And continuing on with the series that I've been doing, this week I'm going to talk about being a note investor versus being a realtor as far as ways to make an income. And I am a EXP realtor, as many of you know, but I'm also a note investor primarily. So I'm going to do the pros and cons of being a note investor as opposed to being a realtor full-time. Okay, so let's take being a realtor full-time. It's hard. A lot of people think, oh, multi-million-dollar realtor, how cool is that? What's fun and what does it entail? Well, there's a saying as a realtor, when business is good, you can't afford to take off. And when business is bad, you can't afford to take off. And that is so true. You're on call 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, literally. Sometimes it slows down at the holidays, sometimes it doesn't. But when you have someone that's looking for a property over the holidays, you're pretty much sure that they're a hot buyer and they need to get into something really quickly. It also depends on whether you're a residential or commercial agent, okay? And I did both. I primarily did residential, but I did do some commercial deals. And with commercial deals, they're fewer and far between. You work really hard, but you get really good payoffs. So let's take being a realtor, being a multi-million-dollar producer. So everybody thinks, oh, that's great, yeah. So I was on a 65-35 commission split. I basically made, on $1 million, about $24,000 a year. Sounds really good now, doesn't it? You get people in your car, it's hot, it's cold, hurricanes blowing, it's kind of crazy, screaming kids, sticky kids in the back of your car, everything else. People are mad, people are tired. Yeah, that's the gamut of being a traditional agent. A lot of folks love it, and there's people that have that calling and they can do it. God bless them. I get somebody in my car now and they say, well, I don't like the carpet, I don't like the walls, I don't like the colors. Get a sledgehammer. Let me introduce you to Sherwin-Williams. As a rehabber, I can oversee all that. I mean, I can see past all that. You can just go and knock out a wall. You can get a new paint color. You have to really coddle people if you want to be a realtor, and they work really hard. But I've kept my license active with EXP. I love EXP Realty. If you want more information, give me a call and I can tell you all the benefits of being an EXP agent. But I can price properties, I know the markets, I can look in MLS, I can look nationwide MLS, and that's benefited me as a note investor. Now, let's talk about being a note investor. I can't say enough about being a note investor. The payoffs are better, the returns on investments are better. It's a passive income versus an active income being a realtor. So the pros and cons, it's personalities. It's what you want to achieve for yourself, what you want to achieve for your family. I can be a note investor at home with my family, work my schedule, but when I was a realtor and I did it full time, when my kids were growing up, I was a listing agent. I focused on being a listing agent, although I was also a sales agent. I was a darn good listing agent. But I did that and focused on waterfront and luxury homes in Central Florida because I was a boater and I knew the waterways, I knew the bridges clearances, I knew all of that. So I did really good in that. And I was known as a luxury and waterfront expert, and I listed those types of properties. So I could go to Little League and I could go to baseball games and I could do all that, and people sat back and would sell my listings. But I also had a flyer and a rider on my signs, so people generally would call me and I would tend to sell my own listings. So it was kind of a beautiful bonus that way. So the long and short of it is there's pros and cons, many ways to invest in real estate. I find that when people say, I want to get into real estate, that's just one aspect. So as I promised, over the next few weeks, I was going to explore the different ways you can get into real estate. So this is the week I was going to talk about notes versus being a realtor. So I delivered it. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this segment. Next week I got another one for you. You'll have to stay tuned and see what that one is. So you'll have a great week. Can't believe it's already December, and as you can see, it's Central Florida. It's kind of warm, but y'all have a great day and stay safe.